Welcome everyone. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Wow. What a day so far. What a day so far. Okay, so good to have you here. Yeah, so I am live a little bit later than I wanted to. I actually wanted to be live 1 hour ago, but it so happened that someone came to pick up some stuff. We're moving to the south of France, right? So we are literally moving in less than a week to the south of France. So it's hectic at home, everything going out and selling and whatnot. So someone came to pick up some stuff, and then he walked in the house and he saw this and that and this and that, and he was like, yo, is this still for sale, or can I, you know? Yeah, I didn't expect to have someone enter that wanted a lot more than was the plan. So eventually, instead of just a few goods, he will take away a lot more. So he already took a lot more and some big stuff later at 7 p.m. tonight in a couple of hours. So it took me a bit longer to be here because I helped him like putting stuff in the car and, you know, all of that stuff. So yeah, our house is definitely getting nice and empty. And that's exactly the way we want it. Because everything has to go out. Including, by the way, the famous live stream power tower also has to go. What's up, everyone? Good to have you here. Mido, Nuzli, Nirmal, Sibel, JP, GP, Booma Boom. Good to have you here. I'm on vacation in Turkey, so I can't join the lives much. Don't worry. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Enjoy Turkey. It's not Turkey anymore, right? It's Turkey, I believe it is. Jeroen, welcome. J-Mac, I'll just call you J-Mac. Welcome. Chester Beat Tester, Twan, Hunter, Hike, Evans, Press Start Gaming. What's up? Lucian, Karen, Code with Shinuka, Elliott Trade Pattern Up, dancing to the music. Maybe wiggling sometimes, yeah. You know, behind the camera. Siu, welcome. Yauka, Mondotov, Samith, Sam, back from Croatia. Welcome back. Hopefully the holiday was nice. Happy to be here. Happy to have you. Thomas, afternoon, raccoons. Cheers. Julian, you better get a new power tower for the new home so we don't miss it in the background. Yeah, you probably get used to like wooden walls and the power tower, but yeah, we don't want to. We really want to take as little stuff as we want. So we hired a very big car and we just drive, plop, 3-day road trip is going to be great. But yeah, those type of big stuff, I'll just buy it new in France. You know, it doesn't make sense to drive it all the way there. I prefer to make someone else happy and then get new stuff when I'm there. ABC running flat. For now, I prefer counting this as a zigzag, but we'll get in the analysis. Altcoin stream on Tuesday. No, it's usually on Sunday, but I couldn't do it on Sunday because we were again moving stuff, but then the whole day. So I told during the live stream Sunday morning, I said, okay, I'm gonna do altcoins on Tuesday, but I will do Bitcoin shortly and then move into the alts. Doxa, welcome from Croatia. Look at that, everyone going to Croatia or living in Croatia. Indian, Ishu Thakur, welcome. Daily time frame, we are now in a B. On the daily, the probabilities for now would be higher to have an impulse up. But then the question is, if it is a B, X, or wave 1. But in all of the cases, you expect impulse, correction, impulse, which will be 1, 2, 3, or ABC. We don't know. Okay, make sure to vote, everyone, by the way, if you haven't. For the alts, sometimes stocks are in there as well, like at the bottom. Anything can be voted for. So the vote will just run for a bit, and then, I'll just let this run for a couple of minutes. And then I do Bitcoin in the meantime. So we're going to start with Bitcoin. And once we're done with Biddy, I'll jump into the alts. I don't really have too much to add compared to this morning, but I do have another scenario on my chart, which I added after the morning video, which I do like to show you. So that is what we're going to be talking about. And I will shortly zoom out to the 4 hour, always important. And then shortly the 1 hour, and then move into the alts. Sounds like a plan. No, Charbel, welcome. Jay-Z, good to have you here. Alexandra Boudreau, it's a very French name, of course, as well. Welcome. Sea of Zigzag. The 618 wasn't touched on my chart though. And the 886 down taken from this low is not important. So you don't want to use the 886 taken from this wick to the high, right? That's not one of the that's not one that you like to use in how the 886 is used. Maybe Sam, I was live in gold yesterday. We might do another live stream where I talk specifically about the 886. But this pivot is not used for the 886 here, because you only pull the 886 if you are looking for an impulse up. So you only pull the 886 if you think, okay, from here I look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that is not the case. From an Elliott wave point of view, this was A, B, C down and then impulse up, but finished. Right? And then we're looking for a bigger correction again. So the 886 is relevant here, right? The 886 is relevant here, pulled from the high to the low. If you then touch it here, then you know, okay, not an impulse down. The 886, if you take from the high to the low here and you touch an 886, okay, it's relevant. Here as well, from the high to the low, if you hit the 886, probability is higher to take out the high. So, but yeah, you don't want to use this wick here. Yeah, I can explain in more detail, probably another time though. Relax, bro, welcome. The drive will be beautiful. You can from I made the drive to some. Yeah, so we are gonna visit a couple of things. So before we jump into the analysis, let me walk you through the agenda. Okay, so in a nutshell, right? It's going to be a 3-day road trip. So I got to be honest, it's going to be 3 days of no content because I won't be able to combine it. Only for the silver members, I'll be able to write stuff in Telegram and Discord, but I can't make whole videos. But we go from here to Brussels to Charleville-Mézières, then from Charleville-Mézières to Champagne, the Champagne region. We go to Epernay, and that's where we stay. Then on the 31st, from we do a tour and whatever not. Then we go from Epernay to Troyes, Dijon, Lyon, sleep in Lyon. And then on the 1st of August, Lyon, Valence, Avignon, Valençol, lavender fields and whatnot. And then there to Nice. So that's going to be the road trip. It's going to be 3 full days of driving, touring, activities, no content though, because I'll be on the road. Yo, Moonboot Boy. Cheers. Why, Moonboot Boy, why do you have 2025 in your name, actually? I'm curious. One of my favorite cities. Yeah, Lyon is great. Lyon. French people don't pronounce the N. Okay. We're shortly going to cover Bitcoin and then move into the alts. You ready? Dawa, welcome. 2025, top of Bitcoin. Sounds like a menu at my favorite French restaurant. We're going to have lots of French restaurants now in the upcoming year. 2025, top of Bitcoin. Time-wise, it makes sense. Okay, let's start with Bitcoin. Over here, what we're looking for is still a wave 4 and a 5 to the upside. So we have the bigger impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the way, this is going to be short, right? Because we want to jump into the alts as well. And this is covered in the earlier update. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Target area for 4 is the price action of wave 4 of a lower degree. Arguably, I can move this line to the left, move wave 3 here for running a triangle, by the way. Right? So then you have a little lower like invalidation per se, right? It's not like invalidation, but generally you like the wave 4 of a higher degree to stay above the price action of wave 4 of a lower degree. But yeah, your target area is 66.1, 63.2K. From a Fibonacci perspective, you take a fib from the low of 2 to the high of 3, toggle on the wave 4 targets. And you can see the 236 and the 382 are like pretty much in confluence with the blue target area, 65.1, 63K. Okay, so that's interesting for the targets. Now, preferably a wave 4 is longer in time than your wave 2. We can take a fib time from the start to the end of 2. I misclicked there, so 1 second. Okay, and then we toggle on the 1-to-1. And you can see that the low here is at least made after the 1-to-1. So there's always the potential for a finished ABC zigzag, right, compared to 2. However, rule of alternation says if wave 2 is sharp and deep, zigzag family structure, wave 4 has a higher probability of being a sideways corrective structure and not just a zigzag by itself. So that is why locally, one of the scenarios I am looking for is this. Yes, exactly. Is the flat. So a flat structure is a known structure for a wave 4. Let me clean it up a little bit. And then, of course, we're looking for that. And then that. And then voila. And then we have our C down here. All right, then we have additional support. So a flat structure is a bigger sideways range. And with this structure, you're also moving down into that 0.236 that I have just shown, as well as the price section of your previous wave 4, a little bit deeper. So in this case, what we then have is a zigzag in A. Now there's the potential for this to be finished now, of course, after we have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside. The probabilities this morning, right, were higher to still take the low. Now this now happened. Very nice. We're looking for a B. Wave B has to be a 3-wave structure. Okay, so if you get one big line towards the upside, you're not looking for a B. We're going to start looking for a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, towards the upside. Wave B has to be a 3-wave structure. Most commonly a zigzag, ABC 535. And a very interesting target for B is the blue box here, 69.1, 69.7, additional resistance. And if we take a fib from the start to the current low that we have on the chart, and we toggle on the expanding flat target, then the most common target for an expanding flat is the 1.236 to the 1.38. And guess what? It is in perfect confluence with the blue box. If price hits the 1.618, the probabilities go down for a wave B and increase for continuation to the upside, the 1.618 at 70K. Target area for B, 69K to 69.5K. This is a very important area on the chart. But first, we need a 3-wave structure to the upside, right? After B, we then look for a 5-wave, scary, impulsive C towards the downside, high amount of volume, right? That's what we're looking for, preferably inside the support area here, right? Below this support area, which is, by the way, between 64.8 and 63.6, we still also have the 6-hour gap top in confluence with a little double bottom here, right? Yeah, let's first see how high B goes. A flat structure would be nice for the alternation on the 4-hour time frame, where we then have a zigzag in wave 2, and you get a flat structure in wave 4. It also increases the time for your wave 4, and then A, B, C, build a low over here, maybe a lower, that happens, and then 5 towards the upside. So on the 4-hour, probabilities are higher to still look for price to move up. And that is also thanks to, let me remove this here, also thanks to the 886 that we hit on the chart over here, taken from this high to this low. The 886 is touched. And the 886, rare for 2, common for B or X, increasing the probabilities that this move down is a wave C or a Y. In other words, probabilities are higher. This is a corrective structure down, which increases the probabilities for price to still move up and take out the highs at some point. Again, we are aware that if we do take these highs and move down impulsively, The bullish scenario is going to be a flat A, B, C, finish C, and we move up for 5. Of course, the bearish scenario is you create a 5-wave structure, and then you finish 5 and you move down for a bigger correction. No? So that is something we're looking for. Now, what is in confluence with the potential flat scenario that I have just shown you, this one here, A, B, C, is the base channel. Now, I don't often talk about channels. I thought this morning it was quite interesting to talk about channels. And also I got tagged in a couple of videos in Discord about channeling. And I am very familiar with using channels for Elliott waves. I just generally like horizontal levels more than diagonal levels, and a channel is diagonal. But nonetheless, this is a base channel, right? A base channel is taken from the start of 1 to the end of 2 to the end of 1 for the blue impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 4 is commonly retracing close or hitting the base channel. And if we look for a flat in an A, B, C, we can definitely move close towards the base channel, which is very interesting, right? So that is why this channel is interesting. Excess support for a wave 4 and then move up in 5. Your trend channel is taken from the high of your 1 to the high of your 3 to the low of your 2. And the moment you break out of the trend channel, the probabilities increase for this price action to be your wave 4. And then you're going to look for a 5 up. Now with the flat, as an example, you can have your A, B, C move out of the channel, hit the base channel as well. Look for proof of support, right? We don't YOLO, FOMO, or catch knives on the channel unless it's part of your plan. Look for proof of support and then look for the 5 towards the upside. Finish wave 5 at higher prices. Yeah, interesting, no? This is currently the highest probability scenario. A scenario where your impulse is finished, lower probabilities because of the 886, rare for 2, right? Even in this scenario, preferably you look for a flat, so by all means you're still going to take the highs. And in the most bearish scenario, A, B, C, low, already very low probabilities because C is so extended, doesn't really make sense to really talk about this scenario anymore. But also here, 886 is touched. If you look for a bigger impulse down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you don't want to see wave 2 hit the 886. Significantly reduces the probabilities. So this is Bitcoin in a nutshell. So the probabilities of this morning, right, on the 4-hour, unfinished impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure, highest probability, and then we have a finished impulse or zigzag. 50-minute probabilities already played out, right? So we can check these, tuck, right? So that's perfectly fine. Looking for one more low, we got one more low, and yeah, perfect, no? So everything according to plan. And that's what we like to see. That's why we analyze the charts. So, okay, very, very nice. So that is Bitcoin for you. All right. So let me set some alarms. I'm going to open my target boxes. I have an alarm here and an alarm here, as you can see. So if anything happens and it would be very volatile, I'll know. I'll know if we hit resistance or hit support. Yeah, that's that. So now we're going to cover the alts. Yeah, Charbel, that is something that we're going to look for with a website that's going to be developed in probably Q4. So I'm already discussing stuff with a marketing company that I happen to know well. They make websites. So we are going to build a website in the upcoming months. Probably it's going to start development in like, I don't know, August or September. And then, of course, it's going to take a few months. Tortuga, also someone here, is willing to help with the development of the website as well. Jeroen himself, he is a mod here in the chat and also the first ever employee here. He is a student in in IT as well, so he can also do stuff. But yeah, that's something that will come once we got a website up and running, because then you can plug in all of that stuff. You can't plug it in YouTube. You need your own platform. Okay. The trend for alts overall. Okay, well, let's I'll just shortly have a look at the others. I won't do a full-fledged analysis. Sorry. A full analysis. I'll just have a look here quick. Okay. Preferably here. Your low is in. So you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Wave 4 over here of a higher degree, retracing to the wave 4 of a lower degree in an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure. And then you have wave. Okay, yeah, you also hit the 382, common target for a wave 4 as well. Invalidation is 140. So that's all good. You just missed out on hitting the 886. But yeah, as it stands, the probabilities are higher for an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, retracing to the wave 4 of a lower degree. Still looking for wave 5 to the upside in that case. And I also think we have an 886 touch here by the looks of it. Yeah, so the fact that we do have an 886 touch here increases probabilities that all of this is corrective. The fact that we have a long range here also increases probabilities that this is corrective, not impulsive, because if it was impulsive, we want a 1, 2, 1, 2, or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in that case, wave 4 hit the golden pocket, as you can clearly see, and even if we do this, it hit the golden pocket. So in other words, probabilities are higher. You're looking at a 3-wave structure, which either is finished or unfinished, but you don't preferably want to see a lot lower. No problem wicking the low, but so yeah, that's your analysis on others. Very easy, very quick. No, so okay. Let's start. Hopefully you voted. Wow, Sol beat ETH. Sol ETH.link. Wow, look at you guys. Tesla RNDR. Yo, RNDR is interesting because somehow, and I don't know why, RNDR went out of my ear. Like, the chart is just gone. Including the analysis, but that's no problem. I'll just do a new one. But yeah, let's start. We're going to start with Sol. No? It's render now. Why did they change it? Interesting. I'll just remove it. We can check it later. No charts yet. Mark. Hey, bro, are you a developer? There's so many developers. Are you a developer as well? The ticket changed here and no charge. You can look at. Okay, okay. We might then look at another chart. Okay, so let's start with Sol. Now, many of these, by the way, for your information, many of these have been analyzed already. So we will be very quick with the alts. Sol, ETH, .link, all of these analyzed last week, I believe. FET as well, if I can remember correctly. RNDR has been, I think, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. ADA, MATIC, all popular, so they tend to come back. So I will be very quick. Tesla and NVDA might take a little longer because I don't really think I have anything going on there. So let's see. Okay. Name change and to be on the Solana network, so being delisted. Oh, I see what happened. Adam, thanks for your DM. I still have to reply to your first DM, and I appreciate the second. I'll read it in more detail in a second. Like button. Mark Dutch. Mark. Okay, let's start. Solana. I need my little book so I can write down the times. Of course, we did Bitcoin already. BTC. Then we did the others shortly. And now it is minute 31. For the timestamps later. For the timestamps. Okay, what do we have here? So still finding support on the box. Nice. So the box is a wave 4 of a lower degree again. This structure, right? Hit multiple times. Very nice. Okay. So the probabilities on Solana haven't changed. They remain higher for continuation. You found support on the wave 4 of a lower degree at the moment. We talk about weekly time frame, right? Charts do not necessarily go up in one straight move, right? It is absolutely no problem to still wick the, what is this now? Triple bottom, double bottom? A double bottom here. But in general on Solana, the probabilities remain higher for price to move up. And we then have a double 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. That is your most bullish scenario at the moment. Of course, even more bullish would be 1 2 1 2 1 2 or 1 2 1 2, and then you get your big 3. But you can't be that bullish from the get-go, right? It very much depends on, hey, if price moves into all-time highs, what's going to happen? What's the volume? What's the explosion, right? What are we getting? Are we getting stuff like this? Yeah, okay. You know, if that's the case, we might count 1 2 1 2 and then 3 in hindsight. But it is not something you'll be starting with. So in this case, we then have our 1 2 and then eventually we have 3 4 5, no? So we're looking for price to still at least make one more high. Your most bearish but still bullish scenario is that your 3 4 are finished, 5 finished, 3 blue in, looking for your 4 blue and one more high in 5. But in all of those scenarios, you still look for one more high. Now, once we then eventually, based on probabilities, take the high, that is when we analyze the chart again and see what we get, no? So, yeah. And the reason that the bearish scenario has lower probabilities, which is this one, A, B, C, C being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, has to do with the lower time frame here, right? Which is the, whoopsie daisy, which is the structure that we have here. We are in a bullish uptrend on the weekly. No significant levels have been lost. We did not even move below the wave 4 of a lower degree. There is at the moment no strong impulsive structures to the downside, right? It's all very sideways, horizontal price action. And there is no direct reason to think about, oh, this is a wave C and we look for like an incredible big bear market to the downside. Now, as mentioned, even if you do move down and take the lows, that's fine for a wave 4. You have so much space still for a wave 4. Before really starting to talk about bear markets, you really, first of all, need to lose this range, right? You need a minimum would be to move below 80 before starting about, oh, bear market or deep retracement or whatever, which at the moment is not relevant. It's just not. Yeah. I kind of forgot a little bit about what we had locally here last time. This was, of course, a clear three-way structure to the upside. And then we had this move down. I think we touched the 618, which we did. So we cannot count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least very low probabilities for that to be true. And we didn't take these lows. So even if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correction 5, we didn't take the low, which is very uncommon for a zigzag. So you would then need to look for a WXY, which means W zigzag X. And then Y has to be a flat A, B, C. Yeah, we didn't take this low. So we can't count 5, 3, 5, or we need 5, 3, 5. Be aware of the double bottom that we have there, please. We didn't touch the 886. The moment you touch the 886, which is, let me put the prices on there, at 196 or 199. That's interesting. That's the difference in log. 1 second. Okay, I use non-log. At 200, right? If price moves to 200, the probabilities increase to take out the highs. Generally, after an 886 touch, price likes to retrace to the golden pocket and then continue or dip to lower prices. So that's something to look out for. But yeah, of course, I'm not really in the nor time nor to like mood to analyze this in a lot of detail. But if you think about corrective structures, you have zigzag, flats, WXYs, triangles. For a zigzag, you want to see a 535 where C has to move below A. It's very rare not to, and we didn't. For a flat, you're looking for A, B, C, but price did not even retrace to the 0.9 Fibonacci so far, which means that a flat is out of the question, right? Which then means you're going to be talking about a triangle or WXY. Now in a triangle, you then need A, B, C, D, E. Your wave A needs to be a zigzag structure, 535, 535. Okay, interesting, but this is the low, not this one here. So I don't know. I don't really like triangles, you know, usually until wave D is in. So I am thinking about a complex structure here. Or a bigger zigzag in a 535 still, or a WXY. Now keep in mind that with Bitcoin, the probabilities are higher on Bitcoin, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where we are looking for a wave 4, a move up in 5 on Bitcoin, and then look for a bigger retracement to the downside before continuation. This move down can take the alts down as well. For example, in Sol to take the lows. So we got to be aware between the confluence of the two. But if you do take, or if you do hit the 886 at 200, then at least the probabilities increase even more to take out the high. So yeah. And yeah, a triangle is something to keep in mind. But we got to wait for D to be in. And also in a triangle, all of the waves have to be zigzag family structure. Of course, this is a zigzag family structure. But at the moment, this looks more like an impulsive structure for now, or we have A, B, and a C going on. But triangles, they take a lot of time. They're very complex, very sideways. If you take this high, a triangle is invalidated. If you take this low, it's also invalidated. You need this to be your high, and you need to move down now. But I preferably look for either a bigger zigzag at the moment or a WXY. Mind you that a wave Y does not need to take the low of W, right? So you might not make a new low. Zigzag X. Did we touch the 0.7 as well? Yes, so a double zigzag is unlikely. Yeah, I would go for the bigger zigzag or WXY in that case. Yeah, feel free to send me a DM, bro. My DMs are always open, guys. They're always open, and I try to reply as quick as I can. Okay. Go to ETH. Let me refresh here, see if anything changed. ETH. Wasn't today the day for ETH, no? The ETH ETF. Not much has happened so far. It's just been going sideways today. Welcome, Barbie, Ali. Good to have you here. Okay, the timestamp for ETH is 41. Okay. We're back at the value area high, which is the blue line here. Did we take the low? Yes. Interesting support is the golden pocket and the point of control here if it does want to come down 2.7 to 2.5k. But ETH is relatively simple as well in that the probabilities are higher to move up because of the 886, both locally and on a weekly. So the 886 is very important in Elliott waves, and the 886 is so good to know about with regards to probabilities of scenarios. The moment you touch an 886, pulled from, in this case, the clean high here to the low, the probabilities are higher to take all-time high. And it is common, as I usually say in videos and stuff with Bitcoin as well, it is common that after an 886, price is moving towards the golden pocket. Now we got two solid moves to the downside. We didn't actually touch it. Of course, we still could, but we did retrace down twice already towards that golden pocket. So that has all played out, right? And those are solid moves as well. So that's an easy, like 30%. And also locally, where do I have it? No, I don't have it on the chart. Also locally on the daily, if you pull a trend base, or a fib from the high to the low and toggle on the 886, then also here, you also touch the 886. And this is a nice example of, hey, we lost the golden pocket, retesting the golden pocket. I bet there were bearish CVDs here as well. And you move down and took the low. So 886, golden pocket, holding for a few days, lose it, retest it, continue. No, it's very nice. So you did touch the 886 here, which again increases probabilities for price to still move up on ETH, unrelated to the detailed scenario and count locally. The probabilities on the high time frame, on the weekly, remain higher for ETH to look for upside. I wouldn't mind seeing that golden pocket touch though, not gonna lie, but let's see if we can make any sense of the daily. Clear three-way structure. There's the potential here for a diagonal. Okay. Yeah. But in that case, if this is a diagonal, you're going to label this wave A. Then you have a 3-wave structure up, but you need another impulse down. With this move towards the upside, that's unlikely. Also, we ended on the highest amount of volume. No, not on my chart. Definitely the biggest move. Interesting, not the highest volume. 1, 2. Unless it's an extended fifth. But those are very uncommon though. So you would then move into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lots of overlap here. There's definitely something to say about this being corrective. A double zigzag doesn't work. You took the low here, so you would need to think about flats. But then you have A, B, C. You need a running flat, because if you move above this high, you pretty much take that high, which would invalidate a zigzag down. So you pretty much have a running flat, A, B, and then a 5-wave C. But a running flat is rare, but then you pretty much look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then retrace A, B, C, right? And then that C is part of your bigger B. And then you move down in your C, touch the golden pocket with the point of control at 2.6, look for signs of strength, and then you move up. That would be your bearish scenario. At the moment, you can still think about triangles A, B, C, D, E, and then move down as well. But then you just go sideways for even longer. So and I only really like to think about triangles when the wave D is finished. So yeah, it's pretty much gonna be a sell the news in that case. Yes, if you have a running flat A, B, C, sell the news, poof down. And look for the golden pocket. 12, 6. We've been moving sideways quite a bit here. One, two, 1, 2, 4, 5, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Yeah, now you get into 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. In other words, ETH is at the moment at the same place as Bitcoin, right? 1, 2, and eventually you look for 3, 4, 5. Finish a 5-wave structure. Look for a 3-wave retracement to the downside. That would be bullish. So this is what I would look for locally. Wait, let me make it a bit more detailed, so I give you a bit more info here. Right, so let me add a few more stuff on the chart that's useful, so I can give you a bit more info. Touched, not touched. Let's see, what are we doing with regards to the volume? Okay, that's clear. Okay. Yeah, so you have resistance between 3.6 and 3.8k. Nice bit of confluence here. This is your potential top for a 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now then the question is this a wave 1 or wave C? Bullish, bearish. Depends on the retracement, right? So the probabilities are highest, just like with Bitcoin, that we're looking for a 5-wave impulse that is, gonna end sometime soon, working on wave 4 price action, range, and then wave 5, interesting resistance, observe the reaction, look for signs of weakness, potential retracement. If the retracement down is impulsive, right, high volume, 5-wave structure, you're going to be looking for the lows and the golden pocket to be hit with the point of control at 100. If this is a 3-wave corrective structure, probabilities are higher to move up. So it very much depends on the structure. So yeah, make sure to keep voting for ETH in the upcoming weeks and altcoin streams. It should be interesting to observe what's gonna happen in this section of the chart now. But on the weekly time frame, the probabilities haven't changed. Probabilities are higher for continuation on the higher time frame. So yeah. T. Clapson, how are you doing? A triangle, best possibility. How often play this out from 10? What do you mean, Barbie? Like triangles? I don't know. Look, usually people are too quick with triangles. The moment they can pull 2 trend lines and they converge, they're like, ooh, triangle. Yeah, they are not high probability scenarios unless your wave D is in. You know, that's pretty much what you're going to be looking for. Triangle extends a correction in time. It's a time waster. 886 at wave 2 from wave 4. Yes. Oh, you mean locally here? Yeah, but still, this is at the moment clearly an impulse up on the 4-hour time frame. So even though you hit the 886, it's not relevant because the information afterwards shows that you have an impulsive structure. Probabilities. I have, what is it? Siu, he was asking about the 886. Oh, the 886 plays out a lot. Yeah. Statistics are in Diamond. I don't know the statistics out of my head. Jarvis at some moment in time collected data. So from the 886 to the golden pocket is like 60 or 70% of the time it retraces to the golden pocket. It's insane. And then from the golden pocket you go back, either take the high or the low, or it fails. But yeah, it's high probability. What is OP, Jay Green? With the OP, what's OP? I don't know what OP is. Good but rainy in northern Germany. By the way, B channel. Wow, I can. How you doing? Bisset channel. Welcome. Good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. Good but rainy in northern Germany. Today in the Netherlands it's cloudy. Once again. Okay, let me refresh. Link. Always rainy. Rainy, cloudy. I don't know why I have an invalidation here, but we'll figure that out soon. Okay, it's not in a folder, and it's probably not relevant. Reloads, welcome. Therefore, live stream fun. Good to have you here, B channel. Good to have you here. Yeah, T Clapson. Yeah, also hello. I can't pronounce your name, but welcome. Good to have you here. Going good, thanks. Was really surprised to see what you added to today's video. Yeah, the channels. Yeah, I don't really tend to talk much about channels, but I thought it was interesting to talk about it. It would be great to see price ping from the base channel to confirm its relevance. Would definitely be interesting. And the optimism, I don't know what you mean. Is this optimism as in my personality is optimistic, or are we talking about analysis, or is this an altcoin, or I don't know. Relax, bro. Yeah. You had a moment. The WXY. Yeah, I tried to explain it as good as I could. Let me know what you mean, Jake. Altcoin optimism. So it's an alt. What are these names nowadays? Altcoin optimism. Is it voted? Did anyone vote for it? I don't even know if it's in the list, to be honest. By the way, we got to go to link, of course. Pleasure, Del. Pleasure. Yeah, sorry I wasn't there on Sunday. That is because I was moving lots of big stuff out of the house. So most of you will know I'm moving next week. So all the bigger stuff was moved on Sunday. So yeah, couches, carpets, closets, like the whole shebang. So I was busy lifting stuff the whole day. And I had the opportunity to go live in the morning to do a little bit of Bitcoin analysis. But I couldn't do an altcoin analysis. So that's why I decided to do it today, because I have more time now. Mr. Brownbug coming in again, saying hello. Thanks for the like as well. Cheers, man. ABC targets for Bitcoin. Wave C target is between the 1 and the 1.236. Trend-based fib extension most commonly. And the 1.618 is an extension target. So A, B, C, trend-based fib, right? From the low to the high of A to the low of your wave B. Your most common target is the 1 to the 1.236, extension target 1.618, which is a little less common, as then you have to start thinking about wave 3s as well. Yeah, I have no idea. And that's why we run a Bitcoin channel. I don't know anything about alts except for the analysis, and if people tell me, oh, this one or this one. But I personally, I only focus on Bitcoin. I don't focus on anything else. So I have no clue. It's completely clueless. Okay, I'll have a look, Julius. Yeah, interesting. The city needs it, but wait, B channel. Are we going to be... wait, the city is nice, but 30 minutes away from me. The Christmas market is great. I love the Christmas markets in Germany. Gotta vote, of course. Gotta vote. It's a team effort. Okay, let's have a look. So it's interesting that we have some great resistance above. We didn't reach it. We came close, but no cigar. Don't smoke, everyone, right? Okay, what do we have here? Yeah, that one is 4 times longer. So, oh yeah, wave 4. If we look for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 4 is. I'm so sorry, man. Like, it's the throat. It's like out of nowhere. Gotta keep drinking. Oh boy. So wave 4 is 4 times longer than 2. That is still okay-ish, but you definitely don't want to go down again. And that means that locally you want to count an impulse up. So this needs to become an impulse if your low is in for 4. So in other words, preferably your low is in time-wise. I'm talking too much now. And then we have a more bullish scenario. So even though this scenario here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is short-term bullish, it is long-term bearish. Because you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finish 5, bigger move towards the downside. This is going to take many weeks, months. While here, this one is actually preferably still short-term bearish, moving down, but long-term much more bullish. So if we compare the different scenarios, then probability-wise, for Link, the probabilities would be higher for this scenario due to time and structure. Inside wave 3, we can count a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finish 3 here, have a 4, have a 5, right? So we can see we have a range here, we have a range here. It's a nice looking structure compared to 1, 2, 3, quite a big 4 and a 5, and then this is your 2, that's your 4. It's possible time-wise, but I would prefer to look for the 1, 2, and it's the more bullish scenario. In both of the cases, you take the high, right? The probabilities are higher that this is a wave 1 or a wave A, but nonetheless, you're going to be looking for another leg up. The reason probabilities are higher for this to be an impulse or A is because in a bearish scenario, this move up has to be a wave C in a flat A, B, C. But your wave B here for then A, B, C only retrace to the 105 Fibonacci. And the 105 is a rare target for an expanding flat. It is a common target for a regular flat, but a regular flat is less common. And a target for a regular flat would be the highs here, right? But we moved far above. It's very extended. So probabilities are higher to look for this move up as a first impulse of a bigger minimum 3 wave, maximum bigger 5 wave structure. So probability is higher to take the high. Now the common target for 2 is the 05786, 1045, 667, taken from the low to the high of 1. The 382 is a less common target, right? 12.5, that's the one we hit now. And we do have some good support to the downside still. 822, 980, confluence with the golden pocket. Golden pocket, always interesting. So preferably on Link, you actually still move to the downside to reach that target area. Now, as mentioned, we have hit the target area for a wave 2. The 382 is still a target. It's just less common compared to the 05786 area down here, right? It's all probabilities. Now, we can count WX. Let me check that one real quick here. Not sure. Can we do that? No, we did hit the 07. We did hit the 07. We just hit the 07. Oh, wait a minute. I'm on a 2-day time frame. Go to the daily, move down. 42, 80. Okay, so I can use non-log daily, which means turn this off. Yeah, there's definitely, so you got to take this high to really start to become bullish because of double zigzag potential. W, X, Y, take the lows, hit support, and then up. But that also means that, same as with the others, Bitcoin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finish your 5, move up a little bit further. Bitcoin moves down for a potential 2 or B, right? And this retracement down can make the alts move down into the support areas that some have not yet hit. Bullish is, of course, changing the structure, moving above this high. But by all means, on the weekly, if you want to keep it simple, swing trading wise, probabilities are higher to move up in this scenario. Yes, Karin K. I do, yeah. For me, the level is mainly of interest when it hits the first time. And then when it is hit on that day, I'll keep it on the chart for the day and see how price reacts to the level. But usually after a day, I'll remove it, yeah. Altcoin time. Yeah. Once a week, man. Once a week is altcoin time. So what's happening on BTC? Wow. Look at the CVD. Yo, guys, you got bullish CVD here. Higher low end price, lower low on the CVD. Okay, what's the next? Let's refresh. DOT is currently on 4, still is. Ah, yeah. Yeah. I remember this one. Put that down. I'm afraid that yeah, Dell. I'm afraid I'll never do daily updates on all sorts of other coins. Like, in my opinion, less is more. So I prefer to have high quality, in-depth analysis on one coin, Bitcoin in this case, daily, instead of doing more, which reduces the quality. Because doing good Elliott wave analysis does take time. And yeah, of course, if you upload analysis on multiple coins, it will take more time, like, away from my day, which means I can spend less time in the community, less time doing answering questions, less time commenting on people, less time working on stuff in the background for you guys, less, you know what I mean? So it's going to be time. Time is the issue. But that's why I like to condense the alts in one live stream, which is what we do today. Usually it's on Sundays, of course. Okay, so on Link, things are pretty simple. Your bullish scenario is, of course, a impulse to the upside here, right? Whatever, ending here or ending here, doesn't really matter, because we hit the support area for a nice bounce towards the upside. Perfect. However, as long as price cannot make it above this level, it's difficult to switch bullish. This was a support level for many weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks did we range above this level, then started to move below. Now it has been resistance for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. It's an insane level on the chart. So you definitely want to close a weekly candle above here, right? Of course, a potential position was the box. We identified the support. It found support. We got a great quick move to the upside. That's amazing. But for long-term probabilities up, you want to flip this level, no? You want to get back above the point of control, back inside that range. You want to see signs of strength, and that would be a sign of strength. It just, we are not moving above it, right? This is not moving above it here. You want to move above, retest, change the structure, no? So patience game on Link, but it's of course quite simplistic. 1, 2, continuation up in a 3, your invalidation is the low. Solid risk management, very, very easy from a swing trading's perspective. Even in the bearish scenarios, you preferably either continue sideways or move up. Once upon a time, I put this on the chart. But 1 second here. If we think about a WXY, 1 second, if this becomes such a probability is higher for 1, 2 and up, really. But if we do think bearish, if this would be WX and then you have a Y can only be a triangle or a, no, I mean, it's ridiculous that that is the high of X. X is so shallow. Only at the 382, that's, I mean, it is a target, but it's very shallow for a sideways double combo WXY. And then even if that's the case, wave widen either becomes a triangle, meaning you don't take the lows, unlikely. WX and then Y, which means A, B, C. Yeah, you're probably not gonna take the lows. Or a flat A, B, C. So the probabilities would still be higher to take the high before the low. only if you go into a 535 would you take the lows here, but then you would need to move up to at least a golden pocket to have the rare target of a wave C in confluence with the double bottom. If you don't move up to 20 and you would think about a 535, you go to absolute zero on DOT. So DOT is in a very interesting place where, yes, bullish scenario is simply counting 1, 2 up. I mean, that's that. But and then this is where other types of analysis help you to judge probabilities locally. You got to move above this level, man. 641 as a minimum, you know. Now the longer price is ranging here, right? Initially, the more bullish it will become. Quick move up, sideways, ranging, corrective structure, and then another leg up. That's what you're going to be looking for, no? And then, yeah, up you go. So yeah, that is that. Why is my chart not? Oh, because price hasn't moved. I was like, wait, is my chart lagging? So yeah, that is pretty much linked. No, I mean it's very clear. You from a trade management point of view, it's very clear as well. You have one invalidation. If you take this low, it's not looking great. You can only really allow a swing failure pattern here, but swing trading wise, it's very easy. You're in a lower section of the retracement, found support. You want to move above the point of control. Local signs of strength, which at the moment are not yet seen. And yeah, if you feel this wick again, of course you can range on top of the box. One final support would be the value area low at 430, but that's already getting quite low though. So yeah, I'd like to see some levels flipped here. Interesting. There we go. Let's have a look at Tesla. Interesting. So I know for, people be like, it's an altcoin stream, but I do put stocks and stuff in here as well. I just never really thought of a different name. I just call it altcoin analysis. But let's have a look at Tesla. I guess this one. Group 1. Okay, looks like this is the only thing I have on the chart, so we can remove this. Oh. There we go. We can have a short look here at Tesla. What's been going on? Milo, welcome. Welcome. Link. Shit coins. Golden Pocket 786382. Those are relevant fibs. Yeah. Sometimes I'm surprised what people come up with. I had a time where people were voting for Mother. Yeah, sorry though. Should have probably written an update on the community post in YouTube. Did I think I did write something in Discord, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Del, I'm not sure if you're in Discord, but if you are, for everyone here, YouTube, first of all, doesn't always give notifications, but what I recommend is to get the team tag. And you can get it by going up to reaction roles and then click this beautiful purple button and you will get the team role. And I always check @team when I post something and also when potentially anything changes. So here I mentioned. will probably be a Tuesday. I just didn't post it on YouTube. You know, if that happens, it's the way it is. I don't mind. Let the chart do its thing. I'll just keep an eye on the chart still. We are very excited. Thanks for asking, T. Clepson. Yeah, it's going to be a great couple of days to do a road trip to the south of France. We have our road trip pretty much finished in detail in what we're going to do and the activities and the cities we visit. 1 second. TSLA 117. Let's talk for a minute. So yeah, we have an agenda, and it's 3 days, and we go to Brussels, Charleville-Mézières. We go to Épernay, Champagne area, Troyes, Dijon, Lyon, Valence, Avignon, Valençol, and Nice. So yeah, it's going to be a great time. Some activities planned, and that is going to be the big few days. You know, after that, I'll I'll live in France. It's crazy. You're going to bring the pig and the bunnies, the photoshopped pig and bunnies. Yeah, I don't. Unfortunately, they didn't put them in my house. 1 vote only for GME. Oh boy, Ben voting for GME. Everyone, can I post my stock? Tesla is running well. Of course, in Discord, there's absolutely there's the channel others. So let's have a look then. Tesla 117 in the stream. Beautiful timing. So. Of course, that's your bearish scenario, no? It's a little bit short for a wave 3. Let's see on the linear. On the linear, it's of course absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, let's stay away from the fibs for now. Somewhere here. 3, 4, 5. Your alternative is of course a double 1, 2. We hit the 382. That is a target for 4. This low is made before the 1-to-1 fib time compared to this section. Now, if this would be a wave 4, preferably it's longer. Of course, your most bullish scenario is a double 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Continuation to the upside. But in both cases, you move up. So generally, I don't like to put the most bullish counts like that on my chart. Just putting some quick artwork on the chart here. So if we want to be bullish on Tesla, either this is your low or this is your low. So can we end the corrective structure at one of these lows? Now from this low here, we have a very clear three-wave structure up. Your wave C is a little short, right? Didn't touch the most common target. However, counting this as 1 and then 2, meaning expanding flat, you do have wave B moving quite high, above the 1.618. Let me, is this how much percent? It is like 200%. Let's go to the linear chart for a second. I want to see. Yeah, so here we even moved above the 1.618 even more. Low, high, low, but we did touch the common target area for a zigzag. So probabilities would be higher here for a zigzag to the upside. If we're looking for a triangle, A, B, C, D, E, you don't want price to move up here. You first want to see a retracement down, meaning this becomes an A, B, C wave structure. Move down again in 3 waves, not allowed to take this low, and then up. Now a triangle, however, is a pattern that comes just before a final leg to the upside. So if this turns out into a triangle, on the monthly you're going to talk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finish a big 5 and move down. Has to be said that on a monthly chart, I wrote this down earlier today. 1 second. I wrote this down earlier today. I was doing some research. 1 second. In powerful markets, yeah, definitely. In powerful markets, a prolonged fifth is common after a triangle. Price then pushes past the normal triangle trust target. And a trust target is the length in price of your A wave, right? Put on your E, your breakout. That's the typical target. But in powerful markets, a extended fifth is common after a triangle. Let's see. At the primary degree or greater, volume tends to be higher in wave 5 due to the long-term growth in the number of participants in bull markets. Volume in the all-time high at the blow of top. So yeah, there's definitely, if we do get a triangle, you can still get an extended 5, which means a very long move up. Of course, for a triangle again, you do need D to finish here. You don't want to take out this high, then it invalidates the whole triangle. Okay, so that's one scenario to at least keep in mind, is a triangle here, where we have our wave A, B, C, complex structure, D, E. Right, let me just put it on the chart and make it A, B, C, D, E, at least put it in my folders, and just sketching it, doesn't have to be very accurate. Ta-da, ta-da, and ta-da, and then we have this, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Off. Okay, so that's one. W, X, or Y. My charts post would tag you. So in this first chart, WXY, you're looking for a flat in B or in X, because A is a 3-wave structure, right? Wave B needs to retrace to at least the 0.9, and it retraced to the 786, which is too shallow. So unless you count A as a 5-wave structure, this wouldn't be possible. Here, wave 1 needs to be a 5-wave structure. What's bothering for me is this move in the middle. It really cuts the move up in half. And we never really had a solid 4 compared to this being a 2, because wave 1, in this case, you counted impulsive, not a diagonal. This one is the ending. Okay, I see. 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Okay, I see. Ending diagonal, that's a possibility. Bit early. Preferably we wait for 4, but that's a possibility. And then we have this one, yeah. A, B, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we just looked at this one. Yeah, I agree. So I would say in probabilities, the ending diagonal would be too early. So I would favor a triangle. This being X, A, B, C flat doesn't really work unless this is a 5-wave A. I mean, if we look at the good look, right? A good look in like ratio analysis from an Elliott wave point of view, 1, 2, 3, this has to be your 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doesn't really look nice, right? Look how big this is compared to 4. I would prefer counting this a 3-waver with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then it's an ABC, which makes us think about the triangle, yes. Quickly see if I can have something else on my chart still. Of course, then your ending diagonal is your bullish scenario. Let me do a quick think. Zigzag, flat, triangle. Okay, zigzag needs to be a 5-3-5, 5-3-5. The first move down looks better like a 3-wave structure, so not really looking for a zigzag. Hey, where's my text? Anyway, text removed. For a flat, we need A, B, C, but we never retrace to the 0.9, so a flat doesn't work. Then we have a triangle. We already thought about a triangle. We got it in the folders. That's scenario 1. And then we have to think about WXYs. W in this case is a zigzag. Then we need an X and a Y. In a sideways double combo, because wave W is a zigzag, wave Y can only be either a flat structure or a triangle structure. And wave X is commonly a zigzag. Now with that in mind, we can have a wave W here, X here, and look for a wave Y, which by itself is a triangle or a flat. But if we look for a triangle, first of all, it's very early. We only have A, B. We still need C and D to really start confirming a triangle. And wave A looks to be complex instead of a nice simple structure. Can we count A, B, C here? Yeah, maybe, but it's too early for me to call triangle. So possibility, but low probabilities. We need to finish D. And then we have a flat, and flat would be A, B, and then a C wave to the downside. Well, yo, Iker. What's up? Popping in. I literally look at the chat right now. Welcome to Diamond. Make sure to fill in the form. Make sure to fill in the form. Yo, Mark, thanks for being here. So the form is linked in like pretty much anywhere. You probably know what I mean. And I'll get you, or Jeroen will get you sorted and send you an email as well. But yo, welcome to the squad. Welcome to the squad. So the top, more than the top step of a podium. Iker, our guy. Yeah, exactly. Welcome to Diamond, man. Working on your plan and strategy. And I also show everything about how I do things there. So, and of course, you're also in gold and silver at the same time. And those are very active. So yeah, it's going to be fun times. Welcome to the team, Iker. So make sure to send me the form or fill in the form, and I will get you sorted. Right? So yeah, I was in my train of thought. We can have an X finished with a zigzag, and then we look for Y in either a triangle or a flat. Flat, if we take the high, would be interesting. Of course, you can have a running triangle A, B, C, D, E still on the cards, continue the range forever. But because of this move up, it's not easy to end a corrective structure at this low nor the low here. So preferably you either look for continuation of the range or take out this low one more time in A, B, C, or you look for a bigger triangle. Yeah. For a bigger flat, this is A. This needs to be WXY. Did we hit the 0.7? Double zigzag in B, which would destroy everyone. We did hit the 0.7, so a double zigzag reduced in probabilities. So the probabilities are higher for the triangle or the WXY at the moment compared to an impulse. It's very awkward. Of course, you have the ending diagonal, but it's very early to talk about the diagonal, so I don't really like to do that just yet. Probability is higher. You got a three-wave structure down here. And yeah, this then becomes either a W or a wave A. Wave A in a triangle, A, B, C, D, E. Wave A in a flat, A, B, and then C, that would destroy everyone left, right, center. And then you have WXY, which is WX, and then look for a Y, and then move up out of there. In all of the probabilities, the probabilities are higher on a monthly chart to look for still all-time highs on Tesla. It's just that locally, probabilities aren't too great for a finished structure. Oh, yo, Mark, thanks for sharing the link there. Probably have to post that one in the Discord team chat or pin it. Yeah. I need to pin it in the team chat here. I'll do that after the live stream, and then I'll put the bit.ly link in there. Okay. Tesla, yo. How's Bitcoin doing? Solid move to the downside. We didn't touch the 886 at least. Quite the volatility. Spike up, Retracing down. Bearish CVDs at the high. Bullish CVDs now here. So what I like to look for is not a single move up and down. I like to see structure. So higher highs, higher lows, and not just one high, one low, and you know. So yeah, show me a change in structure, higher highs, higher lows, and then bullish CVDs continuously. Yeah, that's interesting. We have in candle bearish CVDs here, but it's very low time frame. Okay. Yo, cheers, B channel. All good. My long is TP confluence by 320. Entry at the low in May. Stop loss is break even. Entry at the low in May. Okay, that's this one here. Confluence 320. Okay, that's just above here. Entry low at the low. Return. Stop loss break even. That's the best position, no? It's the best position. Trading Queen, it will be. It will be. Yes, it will be. But it's gonna be updated. You know, it's gonna have an update soon. So I just wait for that really. A Matic. Matic just doesn't go anywhere really. Oh, we touched this box again. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. my scribble. Flat X Y zigzag A B C. Yeah, that's the one. Hey, B channel, back at it again, man. B channel, like, so B channel is the most gifted, or no, I should say this differently. B channel has on this channel so far gifted the most membership in the history of the channel. And he's back. There he is. Thanks, B channel, man. That's insane. There go your paper Tesla profits. Blaster, Trading Queen, Overset Tim, CS, and Dahlia. Fill in the form that I'm going to send you now. 1 second. 1 second. I'm getting it. Because I'm going to bump you up to the silver membership. So please, guys, fill in this form, right? So Blaster, Trading Queen, Overset Tim, CS, Dahlia. Fill in the form with your stuff. Select silver or bronze. I mean, I know you are gifted anyway, because I can see it in my YouTube studio. And I'll get you sorted in Discord and Telegram if you have it, because I'll bump you up to silver, because bronze doesn't really give you anything. It's just support, and silver is short-term updates. 1 second, Wi-Fi. Okay. Yo, B channel, thanks, man. Crypto Santa Claus, you know. Been a long time. Hey, the gift always stays, right? So how beginners should start applying Elliott waves. I have one video on my YouTube channel which shows you how to go from an empty chart to an Elliott waves plan. But what I recommend is, first of all, you have to learn Elliott waves, right? The theory. So it's this one here, full plan, right? But you need to learn the theory. So I would recommend to start by checking out this playlist, right? This one. And also, link is in the description and on the YouTube channel, of course. And I also recommend to go to this website. Link is in the description. Just open the description, scroll down to Elliott Wave Education. This is all free, start with the free stuff, because why not? And this is a really good website about Elliott Waves, like all the theory and stuff. Of course, you can also buy the book. You can become a gold member, right? But generally start with the free stuff, because why not? Ready to learn French Elliott Waves. We're gonna learn baguette waves. Croissant. So we got the croissant pattern here, and we got the baguette pattern here, and the pain au chocolat pattern here. So on the Matic, let me write this down. Gonna put the. Did you take any paid classes? Nope. I learned Elliott Waves by myself, and probably that's also the reason why it took me long. Long. It took me 1.5 to 2 years. 2 years I was really comfortable. 1.5, that's where I started to be really good. Matic. So no, I learned it using websites, books, and then implementation. Just hours and hours of counting charts. Can A of a zigzag be a flat? No. Wave A in a zigzag has to be a 5-wave structure, because a zigzag is always a 5, 3, a 5. The moment wave A is a flat, you're going to be looking at a bigger flat. So wave A is a subdegree of the bigger flat that's going to form. Cheese, how you doing, Cheese? What's up? This guy always commenting, sometimes a bit abracadabra. Cheese, welcome, man. Good to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Always fun to see comments of Cheese popping in. So on Matic, we have that scenario just set on my chart. We are pretty much at the final support here. Below this support box, there's nothing except for then this box down below at 0.26 to 0.18 with a weekly in the middle and a little order block, as you can see on the weekly time frame. So the bullish scenario is that you have a low and you move up. In that case, we then have an A1 WXY, W flat, A, B, C, then we have X, whatever, and then Y being a zigzag structure in a sideways double combo, touching the 786, which is a common target for a wave 2 or B. And then you want to see price moving up locally, which starts by moving above this area and flip it to support. Right, that's what we're aiming to do now, at least, and then look for price to continue its way towards the upside. You can see that also the volume here. We had some spikes in volume as price moved up. Arguably, this of course is a red candle, but volume has been moving down with the moves to the downside here. So there's definitely buying interest with the volume coming in, and when price moves down, everyone is on the sidelines. Nothing is really happening. So this is currently the scenario I'm looking for, and it's just from a bullish perspective very easy. Like, so you have Elliott waves and you have trading, right? Actual trading with good risk management, which you should have if you want to survive in the market. Risk 1% per trade, for example. It's such an easy invalidation, easy setup, easy swing trade, right? So there is the potential here for a low in Y. You have a very clear invalidation, and you have potential like insane upside. From a trading perspective, very easy. If you hit the invalidation, which means stop loss, you lose 1%. Oh, okay, that's perfect. right? And then you're going to be looking for the next area of support. And if you do lose this, that's a problem, right? That's a problem. Now, moving all the way down there, that would be still minus 50 or 60. Bitcoin needs to do something really funny for Matic to go down that far. That would be insane. On the macro, the probabilities are higher for a 4. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And that's just because of how shallow this retracement is so far as well. Most bullish would be a finished 1. This is your 2, and then you move up in 3. But preferably you're not losing this box here and move below 0.22 because there's nothing here to hold price. So in other words, preferably this is your support, and that's what you use to kickstart a new impulse. In the bearish bullish scenario, that would be finish 5, bigger retracement down. Most bullish scenario is 1, 2 up. But so far, this retracement down is very shallow. And I have to say, the bullish scenario locally is a bit awkward because of time. Because you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, if this is 5, and we count this as a 1, 2, 3, look how long this structure is compared to anything here, even the impulse in 3. So bearish scenarios locally, we definitely have to think about a good bearish scenario. So there we go again, zigzag, flat, triangle, WXY. In a zigzag, we look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correction, and another 5 waver to the downside. So that is a possibility because of the impulsive nature of this move down. There's definitely something to say about a 5 waver. Flat is not possible. A, B, C, we didn't retrace high enough. Triangle, you need to count something like this then. A, B, C, D, E, but E moved below C. A, B, C, D, E, but then preferably I wait for D to be in, not allowed to take this high. So it's too early to talk about triangles and it doesn't really look good. All of the waves have to be 3-wave structures. And then we have WXYs where you look at W, X, and then you look for a triangle in Y or a flat structure in Y. But also here we did not retrace high enough for a flat. No. So therefore the probabilities are higher for a zigzag ABC. Triangle too early, doesn't really work. Flat doesn't work. Or you go to a WXY, which means this becomes a zigzag in a W. Then you have your X, most commonly a zigzag, ABC. If X finishes here, wave Y, triangle, or a flat. It's not a flat because we didn't go high enough. And if this is a triangle, ABC, C below A, that's not allowed. WXY, did we take the low here? Yeah, that's a 0.7 retracement. Yeah. It does feel WXY, that would be very sick, of course, if you have WXY, well, an internal one, in a bigger WX, and then you need a Y. That's going to be a very big range. That would be very long. That would be very long. I am gonna put it in my folders. I think Matic is an interesting one. We are at the support area. This one here, very important because below this there's nothing left till you take this low. So from a trading point of view, it's super simple. And if you do take that low, you just in the bullish scenario, you don't want to move below 0.21 Now that is a crazy drop, so Bitcoin needs to do again something really crazy to go that far down. And your bullish scenario is a low is in and you look for upside 1-2 continuation, double 1-2 potential on the macro. Your bearish scenario is an extending this range either in a zigzag ABC. I'm just or you have the WXY, but by all means it's a continuation of the range. Now, for probabilities to increase for the bulls, you want to confirm a three-wave structure to the downside here, right? A three-waver, which means that a down highest amount of volume, overlap here. Come on. The 0.618, still a target for a zigzag, but not very common. Highest amount of volume in the low here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's always a potential 5-waver. Yeah, arguably your invalidation is the low here. No, that's pretty much like we are at support. Yeah, price you want to as a bare minimum you want to change market structure. No, move above the order block currently acting as resistance here. On the lower time frames, count a 5-wave move towards the upside. Well, that's not a great structure. A lot of overlap, so one would need to think about diagonals here. It's not too great, not too great. I don't really like MATIC from a trading perspective. It's very easy, but from an analysis perspective, it's very ugly in a way. So I do like to use some traditional tools, and we are simply at support. You want to move above the little order block here, right? That starts to slowly increase some probabilities for price to move up and get something going. And then trading wise, it's very simple. Failing to hold this, and the next area of support would pretty much be down here. And that's very deep. So yeah. How's Bitcoin doing? Okay, we climbing. Bullish CVD divergences. Local bear one, invalidate that one. Okay, MATIC. I do have to go, really. But for the sake of I've never done it before. Let's at least look at NVIDIA. Okay, I mean, this is very easy. Probabilities on NVIDIA are higher to continue to the upside unless you start to form, until you start to form a bigger range. And there you go. Once you're moving up like this, probabilities are always just bullish till you get a bigger range. Like it makes, yeah, it makes life very easy. 1 second. NVDA, what's the timestamp? 1. So you move up, bull market, you're at 123. Yeah, there's no analysis to be done on stuff like this where you just move up. Yeah, you just gotta wait for much bigger ranges to form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, can we read volume here? 1, 2, potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe retrace to 4. that would be an important support area you don't want to miss, or you just continue. Yeah, but the probabilities are always higher to move up unless you start to change market structure. Move below the low, impulsive moves to the downside. You need so much more info. Oh, you almost hit the 886. You got very, very close to the 886, which also reduces probabilities for a wave 2. We didn't hit it, but you got so close. It's still very deep for a 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Of course, you start with a couple 1-2s here. Right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Yeah, 4, 5. Retracing to the price action of wave 4 of a lower degree. Yeah. NVIDIA is just like these type of things. Swing trading, probabilities are higher to move up until you get some solid weakness, because it doesn't really make sense to be bearish when you see this. Once you start to create something like this, that's when you start to have some more information. That's when you have a bit of a structure down that you can analyze, some more information. You start to change market structure as well. There's a bit of impulsivity coming in, but you want to wait for a range to form. And it has to be a solid range. This one here is still very young, very short. You want a longer range. Look at the size here. Right, you're looking for something similar. No? The 886, when pulled from the correct pivots, that's sometimes what people struggle with a little bit. But you want to take it from a fresh pivot where you expect a new impulse. So if price moves down, and you look for an impulse up, right? Your correction is not allowed to hit the 886, taken from the low to the high. Reason is that the moment you hit the 886, the probabilities are low for a wave 3. Any move to the upside has a higher probability of being a wave C or Y, because the 886 is a higher probability for a B or X, meaning probabilities increase to take the lows in that case, vice versa for the bulls. Okay, guys. We did Bitcoin, others, Solana, ETH, Link, DOT, Tesla, Matic, and NVIDIA. Quite interesting. So, yeah, it's time for me to go, though, after 2 hours. We got to have some quick dinner before the guy comes back to pick up more stuff shortly. 1 second. So yeah, that is why it's time to move on, sir. Yo, Emma, welcome. Good to have you here. Welcome, man. I'm doing good. Ready to move to France, so it's quite hectic at the moment. But I'm doing good. I hope you're fine, man. Sir, the Fibonacci ratio you discussed in the playlist is universal or observation? It's universal. It's just targets for a wave 2, targets for 4. Target for C, it's universal. Can you make a video on how to customize TradingView? I mean, I can. I don't know what you mean with customize, but this is my favorites bar. So if you go to the left, you have all sorts of tools here, right? and you can click the stars, adding them to your favorites. And if you then pull a fib on your chart, you go to settings, you can play around with the numbers and the colors, right? And then you click on template, save as, give it a name, and the next time you use the tool, it will be in this list. So that is how you add templates. And then finally, I divide my sections here, and that is just by putting a horizontal line on the chart. Rename this, right mouse click, rename, rename it to all these minuses, and then just either remove it from the chart or drag this line where the others are, which is below 0. And now I can use this, oops, to subdivide a section on in my object tree. That's it, of course, in a nutshell. So let's see if price can actually change market structure. Only then I start to be interested. I want to see market structure changes and then bullish CVDs continuously. Yeah, that's interesting. Currently not too interested. So I answer this. Yeah, next time if enough people vote, of course. Thanks, Emmet. Okay, thanks everyone. Appreciate you guys hanging out here for so long as well. And average view time is 13 minutes and 30 seconds, which is quite long, you know. Ooh, so thanks for being here. Tomorrow, back to Bitcoin focus, of course. Tomorrow morning will be an update. Tomorrow afternoon is a live stream again. Let me quickly check my phone because it is quite a hectic week. But tomorrow, yes, tomorrow afternoon we have a live stream, and in the morning a video. So that's good. So yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Sam, Roski, Relax, Bro, Amat, you, Alex, you know, Boom Boom, Borna, everyone, Adam, Mark, thanks for the modding here as well. Jeroen popping in. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here, and I will see you again tomorrow in a live stream. Tonight I'll do another Bitcoin update probably, but it will be in a couple of hours. Let's see what the chart does. Right. So thanks for watching. See you at the next one.